You good? Huh? You good now? It's a beautiful day. It's a beautiful day. You good now? What's up, Doc?
We want to welcome everybody to Shop Talk Live this evening. That's what. How's everybody feeling? That'll work. Hopefully that liquor kicked in, so we should be good.
I got water. Child support. They can't see this on camera. But anyway, how's everyone doing today? How y'all doing? What's good? Just want to introduce and welcome everybody in. Thank you for coming out to the Shop Talk Live panel review. We got a great show for you today. I know we didn't start off our show like we normally do, but I got to start off early because we got to bounce into this. We ain't got the music. We need you to introduce them. Introduce the song, man. This is what goes on in the barbershop. This is what goes on in the barbershop. This is what. I mean, I got it. It does sound good. Put it one more time. No. The mic thing. Get it, y'all.
This is what goes on in the barbershop. This is what goes on in the barbershop. This is what goes on in the barbershop.
Take y'all on the trip. Take y'all on the story of what goes on
In the barbershop. Well, let's get into this. Right now, you want to say what you want?
As you can see, today we're going to have two panels. We're going to have a entrepreneurship panel, and we're also going to do a mental health and awareness panel. These are very serious topics that go on in our neighborhood that we just don't talk about. We just don't, we don't bring to the forefront. And when somebody's going through something and they're hurting, instead of being judgmental and just looking at it like something's wrong, we want to definitely look into it and see if they really need help. So right now we're down at Privlg. We got a lot of great guests for you. It's going to be a wonderful show. Shop Talk Live, Live Panel presents, and I hope y'all enjoy it. But right now, we want to start with our entrepreneurship panel. We're going to bring in a few guests, basically some major names, a lot of good information. We're going to bring it to y'all, so make sure y'all tune in. Also, while we're doing this, please feel free, anybody in the audience on our page watching now, share this live, because that's the whole point of being live. Anybody who watch our show knows, anybody that's on our show knows we get shut down a lot. So make sure y'all share it. Don't let them stop our words. Don't let the words that you be shown get stopped. So go on our page, Shop Talk Live. Share the link so everybody who's know everybody can see it. So right now we want to introduce our panel for the first set, which will be we'll have Mr. Betts come on. Ron Betts. We got Miss Key coming on. Miss Garland Key coming on. And we got
Give him a round. What's going on?
We got Mr. Brandon Chris coming through also. Anywhere, it's barbershop talk. You said anywhere you want to talk. Yes, we got one more coming. I like how y'all did. It's supposed to be male with me. I got male with female. And because you got one more lovely young lady coming through, Miss Kim Turnbull coming through. So, she get her drink. Somebody get her drink. She ready. I'm just going to show you this. Get her drink. What's wrong with you? Oh no, we got one more person. Oh, sure. We have to it felt so good we couldn't do it without this man. Mr. Vernon, come on down. Wait. You want to come down to it? We was going to hang in other panels.
He's such a good spirit, so we're just going to have probably both these panels. Come on.
Yeah, we're going to do this the right way.
He got a lot of information.
So, this is all work. I'm going to drop his mic. I want to make sure it's good. I want people to hear the information. If you have to, we pass it. So, yeah, y'all hear something? Do I sound good to you? Okay, well, guess not. Anyway, what we want to start today, what's your last name, sir? Jackson. Mr. Jackson, Mr. Vernon Jackson. Yeah, let me make sure. I said that. But you didn't hear me out there. Yes, I did. Hey, so we want to start today out. We want to get straight to it. Talk about entrepreneurial questions. But we want to know.
Let's start it off.
Go ahead, Tom.
Let them introduce themselves and let them explain what they do.
And then
their occupations, things like that of that sort. So
we'll start this way, pass it this way.
My name is Brandon Chris, CEO of Great Pitch Marketing Solutions, and obviously become incorporated. I own a marketing firm. We do a lot of marketing and branding for celebrities and different businesses, including the African American Chamber, where I'm on the board of the African American Chamber and the chair of marketing and communication. So today we talk a little bit about marketing and branding from a corporate as well as a celebrity and small business aspect.
Hi, good evening. My name is Darla Key. I'm the owner and master stylist for the Creative Trends Hair Gallery, in which I am a stylist. I'm also an educator for organizations, making company, and also a founder of Beauty Brunch.
Hello.
Sir?
My name is TV. I'm a visual moneymaker, and I'm the shout out to the studio barbershop and beauty salon.
Hello, my name is Kimberly Turnbull, master stylist and owner of Hair Gym Elite Salon. Also, owner or founder of Hair Buzz on Fixed Wire Radio. Co-owner with Darla Key with the Beauty Brunch here in the city of Cincinnati. Educator, instructor, CEU provider. So, multi-streams of entrepreneurship for myself.
Hey, I'm Vernon Jackson, also known as Element the Best Kept Secret. I'm a spoken word artist, producer of live entertainment events, lounge events, a licensed cosmetologist, specializing in barbering techniques. Currently, working at the studio barbershop and beauty salon. I'm a creative. I'm a creator, and I specialize in living and making money while I do it.
Introduce us. You want to introduce you? Let me know a little bit.
this top, man, top, live for the 513, the face of the city. Y'all know me from cutting hair. Y'all know me from the music. Y'all know me from just being out here in the city, doing whatever. I'm everywhere in the clubs. You name it, I'm there. So I ain't telling no more. Go ahead.
My name is Mark from Detroit, East Side all day, yay. Got a little bit of that. Nobody cares about Detroit. But
I do.
appreciate that. We got one person in the audience. Get her a drink. Water, please. Anyway, my name is Mark. I'm a producer. Been doing this for a while. Just want to keep the city going. Looking to make everybody like better. So that's what I do. That's what I specialize in. Trying to make the world a better place. Oh yeah, I'm just real about that. All right, so we're gonna start here. I'm just glad I got a wife and she left. That worked. Just that. Entrepreneur panel. I want to ask y'all a couple questions. We got it going like this because we want to get everybody in there.
Please touch them all. Thank you. Please touch them all. Thank you.
We want to get everybody in there, all the great questions in, but we want to start. We got 3 main questions we came over with for everybody to come through. There's going to be a time limit. We're going to try to keep it down to 5 minutes. The first question, we want to go in order, but we want everyone to answer, but feel free to speak how you want, because this is shop talk as if, we're in a barbershop. This is, we're in Privlg. Shout out to Privlg once again for letting us come down and host us here. So we want to start off with the first question. Actually, I want to do it this one. I'm going to switch up a little bit. What do you feel like you need to possess in order to become a successful entrepreneur? What do you feel like you need to possess? What is it that you need to hold to be a successful entrepreneur? Because everybody wants it, everybody loves the thought of doing it, but what do you think you really need to possess? What is it?
I'm a man of a few words straight to the point, so discipline. You need discipline to be a successful entrepreneur. Everyone doesn't want to do what you do to be successful. So if I had to leave one word with you all based upon my experience with discipline, and I can go more in detail about that a little bit later. But remember that word.
When you say discipline, hopefully my voice is loud enough here. When you say discipline, what do you mean by discipline? Do you mean like drive? Do you mean like being on time? Do you say discipline? What do you mean?
All of the above.
All of
Discipline, meaning having a vision, putting it together, building your team, discipline with your money, be patient to grow it the right way so you can cater to the market that you want, discipline with your family, discipline with home, life, discipline with your health. I mean, discipline is the word that covers everything.
What do you think is the reason most people don't have this? What do you think that, so you're saying what you lack and what you need, but what do you think that comes from?
It's deep, man. It comes from the way they were raised. You know, even the generation that's coming up now, we don't make them be disciplined to do things. We give them the easy way out. We give them things. So it's a cycle that we're in. So when it comes time to work for something hard, they want to take the easy route. Therefore, that's why it's only 10% of the people in the world that are entrepreneurs.
So as far as the discipline, is it something they can do with practice to change, to help their discipline, or something like some of you practice that if you ever need to perfect your discipline,
I think it has to be in you. Some of it could be a learned behavior, but it has to start with you, the drive with you, and it's things that we have to see. So if you didn't have anyone around you to kind of show you those things, whether it's a relationship, some people don't know how to be in a marriage because they've never seen that, so you have to see it. So if you've never seen it, which I really didn't see it too much, I sought out people and studied and watched them.
So would it be safe to say that, like, if you're in a relationship, if you're not if you are in one, get your partner to hold you accountable, diligent on time, or whatever you need to do?
Always, you have to have people around you that are going to be honest with you. Think about it. Okay, my son plays basketball, right? And he came up in the AAU league and he played against some teams, and his parents are like, good job, Billy, but he sucks. He's not being honest with their talent or their skills to make them get better. It's not that you're down with him, you're being honest with him. So then when you play against the better teams, you really set him up for failure. So you have to have people around you that's going to be honest with you, who you respect, that's going to tell you.
I think on the other side, you got to be able to receive that also. Correct. Because you have friends who may tell you the truth, but you're mad at them because they're not coming to give you the right things that you want to hear. Or not that you need it, but you're not getting what you want.
But if I respect them, I'm going to receive it. So they have to be successful also in their own right. That doesn't mean the same way that I am, but it has to be working for them. That's where the generation will come in, because if our parents, they tell us what to do, but we always want to do things differently because if we think in our mind, it didn't work for you. You can tell us certain things, but I want to do better. But if you look at most successful people, Russell Simmons, T.I., they hand it down to their children, they listen to their parents because they've been successful. But how many people around us have people to pattern it off of? So I'm trying to break the cycle. And people don't understand it all the time. I don't have all the answers. I'm just trying to do the best that I can to pass stuff on to my children. If they choose not to do it, that's on them. It's way deeper than that. Therefore, you don't carry that guilt of your children if they go out and make a bad decision, because I gave it to you. But if you didn't give them anything, they're trying to figure it out on their own.
That's something that's almost in our community. I don't think that's entrepreneurship. I think that's something in our community that we don't understand. We don't pass down needs. We don't pass down real life issues that we can talk about.
Right.
It's just ways over to make everybody feel good.
But, that goes into ownership, though. Everything in ownership comes from you owning yourself.
So is that something you're saying that's missing? What would you need to possess ownership?
But yeah, I think that in order to possess, to be an owner, owning where you came from, owning that your shortcomings, owning what you did not have, but also being open to learn what you need to have in order to go forward, to establish a vision, a dream, to establish a discipline that is going to carry you and be consistent throughout growing. If family structure is the first form of government, when you learn how to be disciplined and learn how to learn to lead yourself. If you don't have that, then surround yourself with great people around you, whether it's in motivational DVDs or CDs or whatever the case is, to help you personally believe in the vision.
So I want to touch on that. You said see and believe in the vision. Do you think that starts with our youth? We're not empowering them enough to believe who they are. When you're a kid, you believe that you can be the president and everything in the world, but when you get up that age, it starts cracking down to you. And I don't know if that's reality or if there's just people around you who I couldn't make it, so you ain't gonna make it.
The reality is that it's not as easy as thinking about it secretly right in your head. The reality is where discipline comes in, and also there isn't one singular path to get to your goal. You have to be willing to however it comes, I'm going to conquer it. I know my vision, and it matters in the bigger picture of it matters more than this small obstacle that I'm enduring for the now. My only choice is to figure it out. That's it. And so what youth do not have right now, It's people, and that's around them, maybe that they may have it, they may not want to receive it. Or they may not believe in the fact that they matter enough, that their dreams matter enough.
That's what I'm saying. So as far as a youth, it's almost like inspiring almost every day that you're going to be something, you're going to possess something.
It's not
just having that circle also.
Part of like what you were saying is it's not just you something you can do it, but you owning yourself. You owning yourself as you owning yourself. You know what? Like if you're doing, you have qualities that are not producing greatness. You know what? I'm not being consistent to the vision I want to have. But you gotta be honest with yourself. People are so used to lying. People are so used to lying to themselves and looking for comfort and not understanding that when someone tells you the truth that isn't favorable to you, it's depending on you. Is it they're loving you and they don't respect you?
What do you need to possess to be a great entrepreneur?
In my opinion, definitely you have to have a dream. For me, faith and consistency are definitely some key factors I feel like you have to have. You know, if you trust, you have faith, and as for me, I trust God 100%, so I stepped out on His word. So for me, that, and I had a dream. I had a dream. This is what I wanted to do. I wanted to be a successful salon owner. I wanted to be a successful hairstylist. And I took that, and despite my obstacles and what other people felt I couldn't do, especially as a teenage mom, I just took that and ran with it. That gave me more motivation to do what they said I couldn't. But consistency, definitely. I tell people all the time, salons open every day, but the salon staple. You know, I would say I've had a salon open for over 15 years. You know, which is, I mean, it's definitely challenging. It'll tell you that, you know, some of them are salon owners as well. It's more than enough. It is, but definitely consistency, faith, and you gotta have a dream. You know, really what you're striving for.
I got a question. You said have a dream. Some people wake up wanting that dream, seeing that dream, thinking about that dream, but they don't realize that they should chase it. What made you chase that dream? If you could woke up and said, have that eureka moment, like that's for me, but you just walked away from it. How did you know that was that moment?
I walked into it. Like I said, I'm a faith walker. So when I knew that cosmetology was for me, I walked right into that. I didn't worry about what I couldn't do. I just did it. I made it happen. That's with no loan from any bank. Everything I got in my first and my second salon, I paid for it. I never really got anything. But that's just hard work and determination. You know, and that's all it's about. You know, you sit and you contemplate about what you can do. You spend more time focusing on the negatives and the obstacles instead of just stepping out and doing it. If you focus on that, then you won't worry about what you can't do and what's coming up against you because you're too busy working on your thing.
Do everybody agree with it? Because we got a lot of successful people. Was it something like that you knew was going to be there, or did anybody have to struggle with that? Good.
Well, I got tired of working in corporate America. So I had a boss that would talk to me, and then in front of his boss, he started talking something different, and I said, this isn't for me. So before I start making the kind of money he's making, I need to make some adjustments. So for me, I just stepped out there, and I was like, man, after I was out there for 2 weeks, I said, I don't have a check coming this week. So that's when reality really hit me, because I had a family to take care of, because I had children young. So I had to take care of it. So once you look at some of the things that you do in life, you look back upon like, how did I do that? You know, I talk to a lot of single moms and business owners like, how did I make that stuff happen? You just make it happen. When you're in a situation, you make it happen.
But back against the wall, sometimes you have to work harder. When you get that check every 2 weeks, or if you don't have it, then you have to.
And I will never go back. Because I have not missed not one spelling bee, not a basketball game, a track practice, none of that. I never go back. So, and I can make as much money as I want to make, and I want to be 100% accountable for making my customer happy.
So would it also be safe to say that entrepreneurs, they don't fear growth, they love growth, they love going to the next level?
Absolutely. But you got to be able to, another part that you have to have is good energy around you. I seek good energy. When you all call me, I'm here.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like, I like hearing you have to be, and that's what makes you go through that wall when you have good energy around you. If you don't have that, then it's going to keep pulling you down. And you get rid of that so you keep going. So, you know, I pull positive from everybody and put it in my pocket. I'm always picking people's brains. Me and Taka sat here a couple of weeks ago, I'm picking his brain. You know what I'm saying? I can get something from everybody. So it's ironic that we all came together because we all know each other. You know, so being a successful entrepreneur is the discipline, being around the right people, the good people, and having no fear.
You said, you know, what's the person's why? I guess my why, and I had a child at an early age too. So me having my son made it, I had to do this. Like growing up, I knew I always wanted to be there. And back then, they offered it as a 2-year vocational in public schools, which they no longer do. But thankful that they did, because it allowed me to be able to walk in my creativity of passion of what I wanted to do, which was hair. But my son was my why factor. You know, I wanted to be a better person and model for him. So I piggybacking off of them, I had no time to think about nothing negative. I was focused on my mission of just becoming that hairstylist, coming up out the hood and being able to provide a living, a sustainable living for him. So entrepreneur, I knew I didn't want to work for someone 9 to 5. I wanted to be my own boss, make my own money. So my son for me was my why.
Wait a minute, one second. If it wasn't for somebody who didn't have any fear, my man Eddie, the owner of Privlg, Eddie, I'm talking to you, man. Like, we got to support each other. You see what I'm saying? You know, we've been knowing this guy a long time, brother. So for us to be in this space right now shows another entrepreneur stepped out to make things happen. You see what I'm saying? The things that we take for granted sometimes. When we go take our dollars somewhere else, that hurts me. See what I'm saying? Because I look at it from a different perspective. Then we wonder why we don't own or control anything. Then we want to come to that person and ask for something for free. Support me doesn't mean coming when I got a line wrapped around the corner. It means come when I need you to just be a body in the building and buy a drink and tip my bartender. Yeah, so the people, your customer has to understand the entrepreneur also. And you have to make them respect you as an entrepreneur. I'm not trying to take that out and go.
No, this is what we're going.
Yeah,
But my question I was going to answer before, I want to ask you what you touched on to everybody. They don't have a vocation schools anymore. They don't do that anymore. As far as a trade, or do you think that's hurting our people at home? Just having a extra way to test things out. Work, was it metal shop or metal shop?
They got all of that.
And that's
I definitely think it's hurt. Because everybody, it's just not in CPS no more. They have it in diagnosed
one of the biggest,
it's where our children are. Yes. I definitely think it's hurting us because everybody's not going to go to college. You can have a trade. We're all, everybody don't have a degree, and you can still be successful. But definitely, I think when they ended that program and took it out of our schools, that it has hurt a lot of our youth.
I think that was done on purpose. But anyway, you want to speak on that?
I would say something that you have to be a successful entrepreneur comes from personal experience. 2 things. One is work ethic, a hardcore, great work ethic. A lot of people quit too soon or they give up or they feel like it's too hard. Overcoming fear, overcoming obstacles, putting in the time, which goes into discipline. When some people might be partying, you still working. Some people might be having fun, you still doing the research. You doing what you got to do to be an entrepreneur. That's what I got to do. And then having a strategic mindset. Starting a business at 19, which is when I started my first company, and not having the money and not having the support, I had to be strategic about how I was going to really stay in business. And at the age of 26, being where I'm at now, knowing where I want to go, the thing that has kept me alive is strategy. Being able to leverage resources in ways other people didn't know how, or being able to see opportunities that other people didn't see and take action. So if you want to be very successful as an entrepreneur, you need to understand that you got to work hard. Just because you don't work with somebody else, that doesn't mean that you don't have to work. You work 3 times or 10 times as much as you would working for somebody else, because now you have to make that paycheck. You have to support your family, So I love it. I love working hard, and I love, strategy, really thinking about how can you be successful no matter what. You see it, like I said before, last time we talked, there's 100, thousands of pizza restaurants. How in the world are there thousands of pizza restaurants and they're all making money and they are on the same street? Because they found a way to be strategic and say, even though we have competition on our block, we're still going to leverage certain resources and strategies to stay alive. So as an entrepreneur, you got to be ready to think strategic. You got to be ready to work hard. That's what I would say.
So when somebody comes to you as a new entrepreneur, and tell everybody wants to be what
I have two companies.
your company is marketing.
Well, I have a marketing firm and we do a lot of marketing, so I have celebrities as well as corporate clients as well as small businesses. So they might want website, logo, graphic, or marketing strategy. They want to figure out how can we be innovative. I'm really into technology, so we build applications, software, and stuff like that too. So, I try to think strategically about what we can do to help a brand be successful.
The reason I ask you what you do, when you have people coming in to market their company, when you see them, do you ever see someone without drive? Do you ever see somebody who don't really have that go-get attitude? When you tell them you have to work, and then they're looking at you like, now I'm supposed to be a quick flip. You see that?
Definitely. I see a lot of businesses, and I'm not knocking this, you got to start somewhere. They start off with a hustle, not a business. So I'm just hustling, but I'm not really building a business. Like DB said, I'm not doing it the right way. You know what I mean? I'm just hustling. So I see that, and I try to remind them that, some of what you're doing, you got to be able to apply real business, to it. A strategic plan. People don't, I tell people all the time, you don't plan to fail, you fail to plan. That's what I see with a lot of people. They don't plan to quit or give up or not be in business 5 years from now. They just fail to continuously plan. So a hustle can only get you so far. But when you start actually putting in the work for a business plan, for a marketing plan, identifying how to really use a budget, understanding the principles of business, that's when you start building something that might last a little longer than just that hustle.
I know a lot of times I say this is real deep conversation. I want to start with this one. You were talking strategy and this will make you practice. What is your financial? What is your financial strategy? Do you come in there and say I want to make $100,000 a day, or do you say I just want to make enough to pay my rent? What do you see a successful, and this is everything, what do you see a successful entrepreneur doing to build themselves? Is it a quick buck? Is it you look for the long or what is it?
So the first thing you have to do is you have to have realistic expectations. And it changes as you continue to grow. When I started, I just wanted to pay the bills and make sure my staff ate. And then I take care of myself. Then as it continues to grow, then I started to look at how to build upon that. And like I said, sometimes I didn't know how it was going to happen. It just happened. Certain things just fell into place, and then I began to get knowledge and learn how to use the banking game. But I had to seek out that because I wasn't taught in my household or my culture. They don't teach us certain things. So in order to grow, you have to learn and be humble enough to go and ask for help, which I learned in college. I went into school and I knew it all. I had to humble myself and go ask the people for the test or, test stuff like that. So I had to be humble. So I'm still humble to this day. People think I'm cocky and arrogant, but that's I'm confident. You see what I'm saying? There's a difference. I can back it up what I say, but if I don't, I'm going to tell you I don't know. So it changes is what I'm saying. So now I'm looking to need generational wealth, so my numbers are a lot bigger. But you can only wish for the numbers that you've seen. So if you've never seen anything, it's levels to everything. You see what I'm saying? Like some people think they're successful, but somebody else like that's not successful. But I can't say you're not successful. But in my eyes, that's not successful because I've been there. So I'm on to other stuff. So that's why. That goes back to what I said before. I spent the last 2 or 3 years reaching out to people that talk my language. That doesn't mean everybody else is underneath me, but I can't go and talk to someone about going to Dubai next week if they're trying to pay their rent this week. It's understanding your circle. It's almost like you structure your circle almost around you. And not only you structure your circle to stay around, but almost restructure your circle to get to that next circle. Yeah. I want to put people around me that's doing better than me. I think that's one thing we're afraid of. Just like if you work starting out, you want to work out with somebody stronger than you. Like, if I see someone, I'm always building my team. I identify, I go up to them like, man, I like that, man. Like, he said,
I think that's something about ourselves. We don't see that over people. I think most people feel that way. You're like you said, you're in a different
I don't have to do it. Only somebody in my circle can do it.
Right, that's what I'm saying. But most people, when they think about it, like to go tell somebody, give them a compliment, it's almost like you're saying you ain't doing it. You know, I'm not as good as you. I'm still here with myself. You secure, but that person who's trying to get there, like where you at, may not be secure. So how do you tell them to change that security?
I don't think you can tell them. They just have to figure it out. They keep bumping their head, and if they don't, they're not going to eventually go. God will humble them. We all are humble in our life. We all have a story, believe me. And when God humbles you, then you get back on top, it makes you think of things a lot different. I come from the entertainment game. So I've run from a line wrapped around the building to like sitting there talking to the DJ. You see what I'm saying? So at that point, I said, if I get a line wrapped around the corner again, I might do a little better customer service. I might do things differently. But then God allows me to get back to that place again.
But that's the good thing about when things go bad, they help you restrike that.
Yeah,
so when it happens, it's a blessing.
Right. Yeah. But you know it's going to happen.
Yeah.
You know, you just know it. It's like, okay, I got to restructure, put it back together.
And a real entrepreneur is going to continue and take it to the next level.
And they're going to anticipate. You know what I mean? That's always you got a plan. My plan B or C is another way to reach my plan A. Just because it didn't work out with that, you got to strategically figure out how you're going to get back and win back. You're not about to just climb back up. You got to figure out how you're going to get back up there. And smart people understand that stuff is going to happen, so they plan for it. They anticipate failure. They're like, okay, if it don't go like this, I can do this, make that happen, right? Because they understand that. You can't just have one plan and throw a Hail Mary. It ain't going to happen.
Yeah, you got to be willing to know it like no. Because they're really be willing to figure it out. I'll look for the hard road. I'll look for what's going to challenge me. I'll look what's going to make like what's not comfortable. I'm in comfortable places because I'm taking a rest and a break. It's intentional. My time is currency. You know what I'm saying? So anytime I have a situation where, like, you know, from the line of accountability I'll have in my situation, having a packed event, people coming to see poetry and live music, to having 3 people in the building, like, now, like, okay, what didn't I do this time? Or where did I not show up? Or how can I enhance this move and get back to my plan A? You know? So it's all about building that muscle. Everything is operated in the same principle, just done in different ways. Building muscle, building businesses, building relationships, being able to accept those shortcomings and capitalize and also leverage the network, whether it's, you know, getting a different perspective about what am I not seeing in this problem, or what am I not seeing in my communication, what am I not seeing, or who can I put into a place that I know but I don't know. So God does what He does through time to show us ourselves what we can be and how we are not getting there, because we are standing between our goals and what we want to achieve, because we are too caught up in our feelings and our ego and our pride to go over to the bigger picture.
I think that's, in a nutshell, I think it's an instant gratification. We want to see that right now. For most people, they want to see it right now, not understand what it's hard work, strategizing, making it work. I think a lot of people just want to like it. They don't think they need it.
That's marketing, though. People, and that's entertainment, and how they entertain with marketing. That I didn't come from my single parent. My mom worked 30 in hotel, you know, being a housekeeper, working at the road. She worked hard. She was provide the basic clothes, the food, and the roof. You know, but you know, my father was in the picture. You know, so and I had to figure it out. And I'm still learning. I'm still learning.
I'm still learning.
I mean, but in learning is like I understand the power of being receptive, of like and having a posture to receive. You know, people don't have a posture to receive their greatness, to receive the blessing, to receive the thank you, to receive like, nah, you good, you messing up, you do so much better. And then they just want to tell me that, like, you know what? You're right, I can. I'm not in the place to receive what's the bigger picture. I appreciate you telling me the truth. There's no, it's not falling on resources.
I have a comment about the original question there. What about the money? You asked, what was the question you asked about the money? How do you financial strategy, right?
Yeah, what is your financial strategy?
So what I want to say, based on my experience is you have to go where the money is. You have to go where the money is. A lot of entrepreneurs that I work with, they have an idea of what they want to do, and then they focus on a product that's not making them money versus a product that is making them money. And I'm asking them, that's making you money. Why are you not repeating that until you have the money to invest in the other thing you want to do? Right? That's what I see a lot. So you have to go where the money is. When I started off, I wanted to do mentoring with my nonprofit, but I had a grant for tutoring. So I adjusted my nonprofit to accommodate the contract that was in front of me for tutoring. And I used the money from the tutoring grant to fund my mentoring to start my other stuff in my nonprofit. So I didn't necessarily want to start off with tutoring, but I understood that that's where the money was at, and that's where the opportunity was, and it was still more than giving back to my community. So whether it's, whatever you're doing, if they want weed and you keep trying to do shortcuts, I mean, supply and demand. You know what I mean? Go where the money is at, in my opinion. So if you start a business and you're an entrepreneur, you want to start a business, what is your core demographic of your followers? What do they really want from you? Do they want, what product do they really want from you? What kind of event do they really want from you? Make money so that you can support your vision and everything else you want to invest in.
And anybody out there selling their questions, my producer is right there to let you know anything. They'll take care of it. Shout out questions online while you're going. But you got a question as well. Oh, here. I know what you got. What is this? When I first said it, you know what it was. So I'm definitely going to do it. Yes, what is your financial?
Well, I will tell you honestly, starting out young in the industry, and this industry makes a lot of money really fast. And sometimes you make a lot of money, and sometimes you don't make any. So being young and not knowing how to manage the amount of money that I was making early on, I didn't make sure financial decisions. So I'm learning, and I'm still learning. I had no idea until one day I was talking to my dad, and, but I got to make great money working at like GE and places like that for years. We were talking really casually, and we were like, yeah, so how much money do you have? And I was well over 50,000, probably even on early 20s. And he was like, you make what? I had no idea because I never worked a 9 to 5 except for my first job at 15. So I had no idea. I think first of all, we have to learn money. A lot of times in our community, we don't understand the value of money. A lot of us young, it was like, hey, money can come on, going shopping, I'm doing. Now I understand my mistakes and my errors. So now with my younger stylists that come into the salon, I'm constantly preaching finances to them. At the brunches, I'm constantly giving the stylists and everybody tools to help with finances because we make it so fast that we don't take care of it. So learning, what to do with that money, put something up for a rainy day, learning how, hey, $200 jeans, come on, but you can pay bills. So prioritize it, being smart, so you can have money long term. Now, like I'm thinking about generational. I have grandkids at this point. I'm trying to leave something for my grandkids, their kids. I'm hoping my kids now how to be entrepreneurs. Chase your dream. You don't have to work a 9 to 5. God has given us all kinds of things and talents. All you have to do is feed it to them and nourish them, and you can do anything. And they watch me basically take my dream, my passion, and make it successful. So I really push that. But we have to take care of our money, learn how to spend our life dollars with ourselves. There's a lot of great Black-owned businesses. And I know we always like, you go to them and have this, they have it. It does, but we have to break some of those skills down. We have to stop doing it. We have to start pointing out the great businesses that we do own. Everybody knows there's businesses that are Black-owned that are not great, but they're, for as many that they're not, they're eating. So we have to start getting behind each other and supporting our businesses and spending our money our way.
I think that's something you said that made me you said managing your money. Just because you have money don't mean you have money. You have that money, but it's not the next thing you did on it. There's plenty of millionaires who hit the bottom of 7, 20, 30 million, and they turn around 5 years later they're broke because they didn't understand like the power of it, and not only have the power of it, but
well, get the tools. The people out here to do this. I mean, my field is cosmetology. So finances is not my strong point. So what I do is I try to get with people that that's what they do, and that will help me be able to be better at taking care of my finances. That's what people are here for. Stop being so prideful and use these people and bring it to
hairstylists, like she said, we get money every day, right? We have to learn how to pay ourselves a salary.
So you say just pay yourself a salary, or make sure we're not just keep dipping in money?
Right.
We understand, like, I'm supposed to make this much.
Yes, you have to discipline yourself. Going back to what Dee said, so you have to discipline yourself enough to know what your true budget is. Right? Taking the time to write all those bills down on paper. Write a vision, make it plain, right? So you have to be able to see it. What you got coming in, what do you have going out? Pay yourself a salary. Discipline yourself enough to where, okay, am I investing into a SEP IRA? Am I paying into my health coverage? You know, do I have a pot for those days when the unexpected things come up? I'm with Darla too, coming into this industry early, I messed up so much money. You know, but I'm still constantly learning. But with the learning, now you have to go back and give to our younger youth. You know, our younger generation that's coming into the industry of hair because it's a cash carry business. But, you know, you have to discipline yourself enough to know what you're making. Some of us don't even know what we're making weekly because we pocket it money daily. But through my trials and my tribulations of past experiences, I have learned. You know, I now know what I make. I now, you know, whether it's through my envelope system or Dropbox at the bank at night, you know, making those deposits to where, you know, you discipline yourself to know how am I going to get ahead if I'm constantly spending, buying those $200 jewelry or not spending with us or...
Another big thing before we go is reinvesting in yourself. I think that's another big one too. Reinvesting back into the shop, investing into your business, reinvest into your clothing. I make sure, okay, you're using these shirts that cost $20, but now I need to get some shirts that cost $15 to do tours.
So it makes it sound like people fail to realize that their hustle is a business. Fail to make it into a business. You know, a lot of people just look at it, I'm getting money, I'm getting a lot of money. But forget this is a business, so that's why they fail to.
And that was part of the reason why Darla came to me early this year with her vision about the beauty line. It was just like, we got to do something here in our city. We're seeing all of this going around in other places. We can do this right here. And we put our collective minds together and start bringing people not only to help just her and I, but to try to reach the masses. Because the hair industry is one of the biggest industries where we mess up our money. You know, but if you got a financial person sitting in front of you telling you, okay, well, this is how you got to come up with your budget. You got to know how much you make. You got to know how much you got to spend out on bills. You know, then talking about the wellness of eating right. We don't eat right in this industry either. We're not drinking water. We ain't taking care of our bodies. So it's about all of that.
I got a question. I was speaking earlier before. Maybe you just say turn on the phone. I was talking to Darla before. She said inside hair school, they don't teach you actually how to run a business. They teach you how to, what do they teach you?
Here, they teach you what you make so you get licensed. A license by the state board.
But they don't teach you how to actually run a business.
No, even in management, and some of the schools still have a power management program, not all. The management program was a really brief crash course. Segment is really small. It's supposed to teach you how to be your own boss or be a manager. You can't get that in a couple of pages in the textbook. It definitely comes from experience. Even over the years myself, learning and networking with other business owners. The first time I opened my very first salon, I had no idea how to run a business. I hadn't been to college for business or anything. And I stayed walking out. I'm talking about that's exactly what I was doing because I had no idea what it is. I opened up my second location, even with the learning that I needed contracts in place, how to properly interview people, bring in even though it's an independent contractor salon, just knowing how to properly handle things in a business professional manner and not just bringing stylists in and repair my salon, but how to actually run it as a business with accountability, money, finances, and everything. So all of these are very important. Unfortunately, the schools do not teach that. So that's why we have so many barbers and stylists coming into the industry with no idea of professionalism. They take this profession as entertainment, and it's not. It's amazing how the African American culture views our industry totally different than the white culture. They take this to heart like it is a business, and they treat it the but they go into work, they're dressed in black, their hair is combed, their face is done, they makeup, they groom, they breathe, they ready, they on time, they're professional. It's a business, not something to do. They're not coming in with bonnets and pajamas and when they feel like it, and then it stopped at McDonald's at 45 minutes late. No. And forever. And forever.
I've seen certain people I know go to salons and then they're literally 7 hours. You told me like
It's not. And I have people that come into my salon and get serviced by me. And I mean, I've heard it 1,000 times over when it said, I've never been in a salon and been serviced this fast. Not a rush job, but service, good service. Good service doesn't take all that. But first of all, how could you service somebody at 12 o'clock appointment and they're 12:50? You know, and expect to be on time. So it's just about caring about, it's caring about what you do. I care about what I do. I take it serious from the day I got my license. And, you know, moving forward, and this is what I want to do. This is some of my profession, how I take care of my kids and myself, and I take it very seriously. And that's what the branches are about. It's about restoring the tables to the industry.
Hold on. I just want to tell them a quick trait of entrepreneurship. Always trying to create something. Always working. Always trying to create something. So that's how you know if you got entrepreneur traits in you. You always trying to create. You always trying to promote new. And also you will know your greatness in yourself. Because a true entrepreneur, he knows his greatness. He just got to get it out here. So, you know, I just want to
Mark.
get that. I want to really sell these, make these kind of tables.
we got to start doing this right here.
You know,
Mark.
Even myself, like, I'm a hardcore creative. I happen to know the value of what I produce, and I can accept it enough that I can charge for it. And one of my biggest challenges I always been seeing myself as a business. Like, I'm just producing. I love to do it. I just love poetry. I love to engage with people. I love to in my chair, it's all about China. It's about, I told you, like, listen, you always make more money, you can't make more time. And so my clients, they know that being on time, they get an opportunity to go out with your family the rest of my day. So my clients, they're so glued to the fact that they come 10 minutes late. They're like, yo. But if they come from a bar, they waited like an hour or 2 hours. So that's spoiled now. You know, exactly. You know, and I stand by it. And my heart is consistent. You know, and so, but the next thing cutting hands on the back end that I was talking about, we move the money, we get it. But thinking of ourselves from like me paying myself, I am an employee of the business of what I'm working in. Because it's not all, but you work in your mindset, how you see yourself, how you see the world, how you see yourself in the world, and how you see yourself in your own world. Everything else changes. Everything else moves forward.
My last question, when we get out here, like, what things must be taken into consideration when working in a business? What things must be, like, I always answer me, what things is like when you're opening a business, not just you got the mindset, you got the drive, but when you got to open a business, what is something that people lack? You know, so when they first open it, or I'm going to start a program, or, you know, whatever you do, what is something that you need?
I'll start off.
Because a lot of people are starting business, they want to start something, but sometimes you need to know what you need the most.
I'm big on research. I love information. You know what I mean? So I'm one of the nerds that wake up in the middle of the night and start Googling stuff, you know, and subscribing to Entrepreneur Magazine and Black Enterprise and going to workshops just to listen and take notes, you know. So I think that before you start a business, two things you have to get. One is do your research. Do your research, look at companies that are in similar fields as you, look at other entrepreneurs who have already, see what they failed at, see, you know, do your research. The second thing is get experience. A lot of people tell me I want to own a daycare, and I say, have you ever worked in a daycare? No. Do you like kids? Not for real. Do you have kids? Nah. Why do you want to start a daycare, right? So you have to get experience. How do you know you want to do something until you try it? You know, so I would say before you jump on that ledge and you take that leap, get some experience and do your research.
The number one thing you need to do before you start a business is have the funds to do that business the correct way. You know, if you look at major corporations, say if Coca-Cola comes out with a new product, they're going to be on the corner letting you taste it and give it to you. For us, because we're small businesses, oftentimes we don't have the money, so we're watching every little dollar, which is selling our growth. So that goes back into us having the education to get access to funds. So if you don't have access to funds, then we send you to a black business, they can't give you the service you deserve, and you say, I want to support a black business. That's a cycle. So you have to make sure that you're ready to take on that business and do it the right way. I might start something off and decide to do something free just to get people in the door so they can try it out or something like that. But most small businesses, they can't do that because they're looking at every little dollar. So that's what I would say before. And have your team together. You have to build your team.
When you say team, you mean like your employees or you mean your background, the surroundings, the mental team?
All of the above. I'm constantly looking to build my team. I don't know when we're going to work together, bro, but I'm going to find out your positive attributes and I'm going to put that right here. So if something comes about, okay, I'm on the minority inclusion board, okay, with the mayor, right? And he's talking about getting monies and projects for black businesses. But if he comes to give me a $500,000 contract and says, you know, my son's had a lawn care business, and says, I'm going to give you all the projects. If I don't have a team to go take on the job, and if I don't have the money to go buy the equipment, and pay my people so I get paid from them 30 to 60 days, I'm going to fail. So you have to have the financial backing and the team to take on the job, or you're never going to grow. Or you're going to be, they're going to use you as an example. You have to build your team. So I'm constantly looking around, like, good people on my database, like, how could I use them? We can work together in the future, no matter if it's going to be today, tomorrow, whatever. What are their strengths and weaknesses? I know Kim. I know she can do hair. You know what I'm saying? So if I was going to do a showcase at the convention center, I know I got her on speed dial. And everybody else around me. So build your team. So, because everybody's life can change with one phone call. For the worse or the better. One phone call. Are you ready for that phone call? So I'm always trying to get ready. So then the other part of it is, being an entrepreneur, when people know you can do certain things, they'll call you. Like I'm in the real estate right now, really heavy. So someone will call me like, you know what, my mom and them trying to get rid of this house out the family, it's paid for. You got, you know, a couple thousand to buy it. So they know that that's what I do and I can potentially buy it. Those calls come my way. Because they know I'm probably ready, so it's up to me if I want to turn it down or not. You got to be ready. You know what I'm saying? So those are the things I would say.
I'm agree with Brandon and Andy. It's being ready, having the capital, having a group of people that you can bounce ideas from, that can help you brainstorm, teamwork, and any group work. And always being ready. Just always being ready. Even if you feel like you're not in that seat to get where you're really wanting to go, but being ready to be receptive to others that can help you get there. So, I mean, it's not a lot more that you can add to that. You know, social media, using it. If you're constantly putting that out there, yeah.
Take your ass to it.
Social media, you know, if you're putting it out there that, like I know for me, I do natural hair, so a person's going to
Yeah, I watch the video. Put it on the slow stroke.
So basically, to sum it up, it's network.
But here's the thing. People think that when you show things that you're bragging, it's not that you're bragging, it's because you're passionate, you're happy at what you're doing, and I'm building an audience. You see what I'm saying? When I'm doing a walkthrough of one of my properties, it's not that I'm trying to show off. If I want to show off, I would do something else. But what I'm doing is I'm building an audience and a customer base for the future. I'm constantly planting seeds.
It sounds like when you make you're making your brand, but when these big companies make it, they're just looking at it as they're making a personal. But what we do as entrepreneurs, a little bit of how you want to say this, entrepreneurs, smaller businesses. When you look at it, it sounds like your brand because of what you do, how good you are.
Man, we think this.
Just like that.
I'll tell you right now. I'm like, man, forget their feelings. Yeah, my perspective, my point is to get to the guests. Those who looking for my product. If I sell it, if I'm posting it, if I'm sharing it, it is worth buying. Period. You know, like it's like, or at least worth checking out and seeing for yourself. You know, like, being an entrepreneur, count the cost. You know, like, anything you have the capital to get it done, you know, like, you will take some hits until you get the capital to produce what you want and be willing to figure it out.
Like, say no before you get one yes. But they're saying that one yes could be that turnaround that pushes some.
At least learn who knows. Right. Why they telling you no?
Why didn't they? That's my thing. Why didn't they tell me? What's my post?
What's the why? If you can't tell me I'm going to figure it out, I'm open to figure it out. I'm open to say, no way.
Being open.
Man, listen, it takes just as much, if not more, to learn how to receive as it is to give. People spend so much of their energy giving and feeling empty, and wonder why they don't get a lot out of it. They have no idea how to receive. You know what I'm saying? Like people are trying to climb so high, they never spend energy to understand the depth of themselves. So
I'm biased, but I would say you have to invest in building a brand because I'm in marketing, of course. But I've seen people who have really they ain't even popping like that because they look like they popping. Opportunities coming their way. They come their way. They look like they popping and they blowing up. You know what I mean?
Basically, it's knowing your worth and selling your greatness. That ain't bread.
Like all of y'all on GBTV right now, I've been branding them forever. Someday somebody will come and buy it from me, I don't know. But people don't understand, like, a lot of things that I post. Like, I've been posting my workouts, and people think it was because I was bragging. No, I was on dialysis. You know what I'm saying? It's a story behind it. I got a tube through my neck. People don't want to hear that story. They just look at that. But when I walked in this room, 2 people came up to me and said, D, I see you, you motivate me, you inspire me. So it's not the people that's always in your face that's watching it. It's other people who want to be touched. You see what I'm saying?
I said what?
Hey, listen.
That's it. Play that song right there. So they say something.
Get your feelings. Young feelings they produce it. Right. People get so caught in their feelings that they don't get to the bigger picture. You know what I mean? Like people's feelings will stop them growing. Their feelings will make them believe, will make them not believe in themselves. Their feelings will make them not even see the proof in the pudding of their life. Come on, man. Get out of here, man. You take the
definitely feel like you have some responsibility. Like you said, sometimes it's not always in the face of watching. Me myself, I really don't care. So like I said, I know what I'm doing it from a good place. So I also don't understand my worth and my value. Which means I'm not going to do that. And I feel like if I'm hold yourself to a certain standard and you give it your quality, then I can say, you can't see my chair on this property. And I'm worried about whatever else on your top. But knowing that value myself, it allows me to say that I do accept responsibility too. I can't got all of you singing and telling my story. I can't be from there, I'm starting going live. Because we got it. I learned so much. So that's very humbling for me. But I hope that entrepreneurs understand the responsibility that you have as entrepreneurs to get back and to share and to people. So let me check it out.
Yeah, one other question I want to say, because I know we got to wrap this segment. But what is the responsibility when you say that to get back or not? Because like I said, there's a lot of young startups coming up who don't get that because maybe some people who are entrepreneurs are best and you've got things on, but they don't want to get that because maybe they're afraid of these secrets, maybe they're afraid of they're going to take their spot.
Yeah, like that old thing in the salons would be, the customer will come in and the stylist will turn all the bottles around and put all the labels off. I teach my clients how to care for their hair between them and me. I share with them. My client can't go anywhere else and somebody service them and they not know what's going on. I'm that confident in what I do. I don't worry about people teaching you how to do it. You can't do what I do. This is my gift. So I don't worry about that. But I say we have responsibility because we do. Even blessed with these gifts and talents we should share with them. We didn't get to where we were by ourselves. Like you said, you have to somebody is giving us something and helped us along the way, and we should continue to do the same.
So you may be looking for that higher reach, but somebody's below you.
I'm still looking for
There's something if somebody's reaching up to grab you right now, they want to get what you're doing. So, thank everybody. Hope y'all got a lot of good information out there. We're going to take a pause from this segment. I want to thank everybody who wants to get a bit on this panel. Anybody got any last things you want to say?
Oh, and you, they can reach y'all to shop for businesses.
Hold on 1 second. I'm on his team. So what up, now? I'm on his team, man. Yeah, thumbs up, man. My people support. Yeah, I'm from Detroit, girl. Yeah, I'm from Detroit. What? Oh, yeah. I'm sorry. I was talking to you. I thought you was watching DBTV. Shout out to you. I thought you was on there. Anyway, anybody want to shout out real quick where you got to like or see what you want to get next week?
Great. Again, my name is Vernon Jackson. Number if you're looking for to produce an event that has a band or forward or whatnot. You want to set an intimate live event. You need to contact that leader or their vows written. If you need help put your story into words, contact me 513-885-2112. Shoot me a text message. Shoot me a text message. And or shoot me an email at ELANTAL1@gmail.com. And lastly, don't be afraid to be great.
I'm Kim Turnbull, owner of Hair Gym Salon. Was here was host for Privlg Radio every Sunday, 2 a.m. or 6 p.m. I can be reached at 513-641-4247, where I get to the root of it all. It's all about hair, beauty, and wellness. Totally. Shout out to Vernon, talking about networking. It's because of him we got to connect here. We was brainstorming, Todd Glenn brought up Mark, and we were trying to figure out venues for this. Vernon gave me the contact. So, yeah. But network.
What's up? You all can contact me on, you can't contact me on Facebook because I'm maxed out on friends, but Instagram at DB Entertainment. Don't call me. You can contact the shop, one of the hair care specialists at 221 Hair at the Studio Barbershop, beauty salon. If you need a property or something, get me on Instagram or Facebook. All right, peace. Embrace the movement.
I'm Darla, CEO of Creative Experience Hair Gallery. Once again, you can contact me at 513-477-6147 or at Creative Experience Hair Gallery, which is Google. I'm also on social media. I'm on Facebook and also on Instagram.
Once again, Brandon Chris, also known as B. Chris. You can catch me at www.greatcatchinc.com. Also, the chair marketing for African American Chamber. If you need some services and help get your business started, get your brand out there, we have a radio station and praise, 12:30 a.m. praise every Saturday. And we also start a podcast. You can become a member of the chamber. And you can follow me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter, YouTube, all of that at Brandon Chris. And you need a website or technology or an app, or you're looking at something to do to help your brain go to the next level, hit me up.
Well, we're going to take a small break from here and let everybody get together, get some more water and some good food down at Privlg. So give us a second, we'll be back. Don't forget to log back in and take shots. Give us about 45 minutes. All right.
How you gonna tell me to take the picture?
Get your hand out of my pocket, Kim. You got it? That's what's up.
Hold on, wait a minute, y'all. Yeah, like power right there. It ain't. I think it's like stay right here. Because if you like go out go back in, start all over again. So when I I went to my phone and it said like 36. So I'm like, ain't no way it's only 36. Huh?
We're supposed to end this.
Yeah.
We're supposed to end this 5 to 6.
Couldn't because we didn't start till 5.
That's what I mean. So this is, we're going to take a 30-minute break or 15?
15.
So you want to start telling all the guests? Huh? Yeah, let's go. You know that's still like this. Oh, we're leaving on this one.
Yeah.
What up?
Tell Mike, he shall talk loud.
Good work.
Okay, we're going to take a 15-minute break, and then we're going to go to the second segment. You can get something to eat, get some breakfast, but in exactly 14 minutes and 23 seconds, 21, 20, we'll be going back live for the second segment on mental health and social wellness.
If you have any more donations, please bring it over here to the DJ booth so that we can get it situated.
Another hour.
Yeah.
That's it. I don't know if they're gonna start business and they don't hustle or whatever. It's just that they don't
Really 45 minutes. Yeah, 4 minutes and 28 seconds. You still live. I like this. I like a lot. Show me the back. Show me the back. Say positive vibe, bro.
Detroit. I need a Detroit. Next time I ask you. All right, little mama. Good seeing you. As always. Don't be no stranger. All right, bro. You was a Massey or something. Yeah. Talk line coming at you. I need a phone. I need a phone. seen Talking to his too. And so, oh, so talking doing the mics. Just to make sure it won't work. After that, we're going to be ready. Here. Stay live for sure. No, not yet.
No. But all I can see is when. Right. I like your shirt. It walked up on the camera like, damn.
That's one of our sponsors.
Yeah, I like that.
You gotta make sure we get him shot.
Man, that's smooth. I'm afraid to wash it. Wash it.
That's what I said. Just let me do this. Let me handle this shit.
You had it.
You ain't say that. You said, now you want to say let me handle it.
No, you said I got it.
Yeah. But first you did. Then you said switch it over.
Since you know the cue to debate, then if go ahead and search. You don't want to be patient. Go ahead, no big deal.
Yes, I was confused. I was like, okay.
You say you confused.
Yeah.
But that's why I said no. Well, I'm just saying because everybody was like church. I'm like, well, y'all gonna really do search. But the whole thing is, all it is everybody coming up with a blueprint.
Right. They good. This y'all talk live.
Behind the scenes.
Hey. How much is it? Okay. Best thing you is. We had one and it broke. Phone was too heavy for it and it broke. back and forth, I can see y'all popping on the table. You know what? Mark, what's up with the mics? Can we get busy? Time is money. Time is money. You gotta go.
Y'all might can't even say nothing at the same time. I mean, I think that's one thing that's going on too. Like y'all both try to say something at the same
Check. This will fade in and out. So fade in. Yo, mic check. 1, 2, sound check. Boy, got a fake JC in the building. This is awesome.
What about your own people? Yeah, we ready to go. Yeah.
I ain't hear nobody brushing teeth out of that. All right, Mark.
All right, we're going to go back live for our second panel. Entrepreneurship was awesome. Shout out to Darla, shout out to DB, shout out to Vernon, shout out to Kim, shout out to Brandon. Thank you so much. I think we gained a lot of information and wisdom from our first panel. Up next, we got mental health and wellness. We got Coach Jeff Kitchen. We got Ms. Kelly Fraser. We got Mr. William Andrews. We got Ms. Bianca Wagner. So please be sure to tune in. Share. Y'all talk about more than less than 5.
Teamwork makes the dream work. I just took about the dream. There's somebody been down there.
Let's get busy.
Yeah.
Do you think you can put it like right there? Slide a phone right there?
Hold on. Let me see if I got something.
We ain't even go to the source.
I still don't know. Sometimes I feel like I'm already in the back of my mind. I feel my conscious call. Telling me I'm a girl who's sweet as dumb. For the first time in my life, I see I ain't love. But I was. He could live up down. He gave me to that place. Oh, he was sitting on man.
I ain't want to break the phone or your daddy.
Wow. Dreams of being around. I'm trying to my wife, you know.
Hold on, can we take your case?
When we get back on the entertainment.
Oh, there ain't no case on there.
Wait a minute. I'm just going to play.
That's what it is.
Ready to start up? Yeah.
Yeah, we ready.
Okay, there we go. It's down here right here.
This will go on that privilege.
I wasn't here that early. I just put it how you want it.
We're good.
Just stand him up. Yeah, spread the legs out. Yeah, like a tripod.
There you go.
Okay, we're good.
Wait.
Voluptuous, you know you gotta distribute the weight. You know you can't just sit it on there. You gotta make sure it's spreading. Like that?
Let's go, Shop Talk Live. Yeah, we good.
They ready? Y'all ready?
We ready. Let me do the countdown. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
Audio rolling. Video rolling. Camera rolling.
Back on, going live, Shop Talk Live, live down at Privlg. Shout out to Privlg. Before we start, matter of fact, let me give a shout out to the Shy, Manuel for the shirts, the Shop Talk Live shirt. What's on it like? Positive vibes. It's all about positive vibes.
Check them out. We talk some good gear, you know what I'm saying? Definitely part of the scene, positive vibes only. Check them out.
And I want to give a shout out to James Bates for the flyer. The flyer work that we did, the flyer.
Yeah, you look real nice with that.
Ain't nothing on my mind, but my vibe's right, you know. The first segment was great, I'm feeling good, loving the environment. Everybody, you know, look like they feeling like they eat. Everybody eating good too. I see a lot of heads down. Forks up and heads down. You know what that means?
A whole bunch of black people on the squad this season. Ain't nobody talking about that. A whole bunch of black people ain't nobody talking no more.
All right, Jay-Z and Kanye West, let's get this show.
Oh, now I guess I need to throw a tantrum and be that guy. It must be good food. But let's get back into the show.
All right, this show right here, we're gonna push on mental health and wellness. But we also want a couple family-oriented questions. No, some relationship questions. A little bit that, a little bit that. But we're gonna bring some good guests on. We're gonna start with Miss Kelly Griffin, if she wanna join us. Hey, we gonna also have Mr. William Andrews step to the stage. Mr. William Andrews come to the stage. And also, we got Miss Bianca Wagner. How are you today? Come on, that's a little Afrocentric. Yeah, and then we got one more special guest, Mr. Coach Jeff Kitchens coming through. Look at all the guests here. Hopefully I like that. How y'all doing today? How y'all doing today? So, we want to do this. Introduce it. Everybody feeling good? Feeling good? I ain't got to set that far. I can get what it goes for. I guess how we want to start this off. How you want to start? Straight to the point. We go this way. Introduce yourself. What you do for the end. So, what you bring to the world, community, and everything.
My name is Bianca Wagner. I bring encouragement, empowerment to the community, try to get people to reach back into their roots. That's a holistic way of healing the body. I think that's my strength that I bring to the people.
My name is William Andrews. I work with our youth. I'm a mental health specialist. I study behavior neuroscience. I deal everything dealing with the brain. How the brain operates. I'm into metaphysics, spirituality, law, teach courses on relationships. The most important relationship, the relationship with self. We do law, courtroom procedure, and how to deal with the police and stuff, what's going on. And a lot of what we do as far as our ancestors, I'm real connected to our ancestors and those who come before us.
My name is Kelly Privlg. I am a social justice and civil rights activist. By trade, I'm an occupational therapist. I specialize in mental health. And like the two previous panelists said, I specialize in wellness, health and wellness, and keeping the community whole. I'm also a politician, and so my goal is to get the community back where they're understanding mental health.
Hello, my name is Jeffrey Coach Kitchen. I've been coaching for like 37 years now. I'm also a minister at St. Baptist of Cumberfield. And so what I bring to the table is trying to save our youth. I'm also the spiritual guide and mentor of our youth at our church.
I got some real heavy hitters right here. So I guess I want to start with one of the simpler questions that people can ask. Why are black men leaving the household? That would be and nothing simple about that. You know, I want to know. That's what we want to know. We want to, because that's a part of mental health. Not having that structure. So we want to know, why do you believe? Not just we want to know. Since they're leaving, but why? Why do you think the black men are leaving households? Either too soon, at all, period. And what also solutions do you present that can make it better?
Okay, good reason I know that they're leaving. It goes all the way back. We got to go date back to slavery. And if you know about, I'm sure you probably know about cognitive dissonance. There's a lot of things that we've been taught and been shown. Us as a people, we have been really kind of broken since that time. So it's been a mental and spiritual trauma, being traumatized mentally and spiritually. So as a people, we never healed from that. So once slavery was over, which it really wasn't over, there was the Emancipation Proclamation, which really was nothing more than an announcement. So a lot of the slavery is mental now, and it's being hidden, and it's like, hey, let's make the slaves comfortable now to think that they're free. But we're still really, really not. You're not, mentally free. You're still physically a slave. So our men are not being in the house because growing up, our ancestors and what they've been through and what we constantly see on a regular basis. The man's not in the house. We have one of our number one poisons, I think, right now is the independent woman thing. This independent woman. The man no longer feels that he is needed in the house. Then we got other things that take place. We got homosexuality. Our males are being feminized. They ask me, what do I see that on the spiritual side of it, is that, we're not paying attention to our women either. Our women are missing that balance. They need that man to feel safe and protected. But when master's been doing that, now we got the welfare system doing that now. So again, I will provide for you. You don't need your man. We'll take child support from him. He's out hustling, trying to make it happen. Now he's in jail because he was trying to be a provider. So it's like it's a lose-lose situation for the black man unless we play and participate in their game. So what we need to do, we just need to be made aware. What we're not aware of, we're not in control of. And we're not aware of ourselves. So we got to sit back and learn. This is the reason why I teach these classes on relationships and hook up with some of my stronger brothers to say we got to get back and take our position. We can't wait for it to be handed out, even though it's being made so hard for us. But we need that masterpiece. We're a piece of it, but the masterpiece is our black woman. She's delivering our babies and she's raising our babies without us. And we wonder why we have this homosexual issue with our young men. Because they want to be their hero. Who does not want to be their hero? And the person who's been their hero is their mother. So they try to do that and copy that and mimic that, but unconsciously knowing that this is not correct, this error. But all error can be corrected.
And I kind of want to touch on what the background alluded to about slavery. Actually, slavery has not been abolished. As a politician, I touched on this when I spoke on the South Carolina panel before. The 13th Amendment allows for prison slavery. When you think about mass incarceration, you also touched on this. Mass incarceration has significantly impacted our family structure. They pull black men out of the households. And when you think about the area we're dealing with now in terms of youth, a lot of our youth have been raised in single-parent households. When you ask that question, I kind of struggle, why are black men leaving the household? Fortunately, in my family, a lot of the black men, or a lot of the men in my family, they stay in their families. And so, I know that a lot of us struggle with relationships. And fortunately, I was raised in a family where, regardless of those women, parents stay together for the sake of their children. But that's because my father was not subjected to mass incarceration or to incarceration. But I do have brothers and nephews who have been incarcerated, and their family structures, our family structures are impacted. So when we think about mass incarceration, and we talk about slavery and the fact that slavery has not been abolished, that explains why, our family structure, the African American family structure has been impacted significantly, and why, you have boys who are, who are portraying these feminine traits because they take on the characteristics of their mothers. In terms of homosexuality, it's a totally different conversation, but a lot of the behaviors are learned behaviors, and these are the behaviors that are learned in institutions. So when you think about mass incarceration and institutionalization, that takes on a totally different form, and when it trickles back down to the community, it has impacted our families.
I'm going to speak from a different standpoint regarding the family has lost how to teach our young black man foundation. When we talk about foundation, how does a black young man weather the storm? there was a time in raising up in a household there was only one TV. Now there's a TV in every room, and if you don't have a TV, you have a phone that you can watch it on. So we have lost how to share, how to make sacrifices. So when the time comes for a black man to be able to know that he has to provide for his family, and he has to go out there and one job ain't doing it, then you be like, wow, I gotta go work 2 jobs. If I gotta go work 2 jobs, that's taking away from my time. So they have not learned how to sacrifice in order to make a relationship work. The most important thing in a relationship is love, commitment, and struggle. You got to struggle together in order to make it work. Our black man has become soft because they're not willing to struggle.
So would it be safe to say that, like in these households, there's one of the major problems, it sounds like role reversal? But, you know, the woman becoming that provider, that, you know, now she got that structure, the discipline, all that. So once the guy comes along, how does she and let him take over? But it seems that doesn't happen.
I know how to do that.
So
one of the problems.
I want to touch on that. It's because, think about it. When you have a single household, that mother has to go out and work. She got to provide for her children. Not only that, she's got to come home, cook, and clean. You know, when does she have time for herself? So what has happened is that young black man sees this, and he sees that, wow, how do I make it? So when we talk about spiritually, there's no spiritual foundation laid in the house because the mother is too busy doing other things. There was a time when the father went out and provided, and the mother raised the children, and they raised them up through the church. So they have lost moral value when it comes to making these sacrifices.
Actually, I want to give you an opportunity to talk. She kind of talked about the independent woman. I am a strong black woman, and I'm independent. But I realize the value of a black man. I realize the value of having a man around, and so I realize that you can't expect a reward if you have not been through the struggle. So I understand that you can't get the pleasure without the pain, and so. One of my concerns is that, men don't have the staying power that they used to have. And, I think that it speaks to the fact that there's no strong moral foundation and some of the other elements that we have lost. But I'm an independent woman, but, I know I need my man.
Well, my perspective is that I don't think that the black man knows his role. So he needs to get back into, he needs to be groomed. And I feel like other black men need to groom other black men and make them feel comfortable and put them back into the place and make them, force them to play that position.
When you say other black men need to groom other black men, what if these black men don't know how to be black men, but they're going to meet under their eyes? Now we're just a whole bunch of lost people just walking around in circles. It's almost like we need that structure. I think to come back to the forefront of what we need to look up. Not I don't think it's Johnson, but maybe a figure like, okay, this is what a black man should be. I don't think you have that. Like when you had Dr. Martin Luther King, you could say that's a great black man. He does a lot of things, but I think it's switched over to now where you go to entertainers. So when you look at them, you're like, okay, Jay-Z, yes, right, I want to be that. I can't hear it.
My bad, my brother. You can hear me, so I'm still a little loud. I think when it comes to it, I think we need to sit back and say, like, we have all these black men, but they don't have a situation of someone to actually look up to. You can have a whole bunch of people where you're saying grooming on top of grooming, but you don't have somebody grooming you the right way. If somebody's your tailor, but they don't know how to make that suit the right way, then you still gonna look a mess. Yeah, you got a tailor, but that tailor is the tailor that you need to have. So that's what I'm saying. So who do you feel is the person that, what I'm saying, where that structure comes? Is it a father, or can it be an uncle? Or who? Where do you find that? What kind of person do you find?
As far as the examples, examples are really going to, we have to consider what our values are. So everybody's values are different. what's valuable for you is not valuable for me. Some, like the parents, they know they got to go out there, they want to make sure that their kids eating, make sure that their bills are paid. Like, you really don't have time for the more in-depth values that I feel are important for me, and that's mental and spiritual values.
Right, so that's what I'm saying. Where do we come together where we don't have to know, like you said, in a church, you can say, the pastor, this is somebody, even if I can't at the time tell you what to do, like you said, mom's busy, single household, I can't at this time tell you who to be like, but I know I can point you in this direction, at least look at him. You know what I'm saying? You don't have a dad, but you look at your big cousin. Watch him. Where do you find that? How do you tell somebody who to look up? You said we don't all have the same thought pattern, but how do you figure out what is good?
One of the problems we also facing is that the man of the house may not be making the type of money that the wife or the girlfriend thinks that he should be making. So what happens is the pressure is put on that black man to provide a better life, but he can't. Now when you talk about role models and who do we look up to, there used to be a time where we looked up to that man in the church who was our role model, our coach.
I can't say that in coach.
Yeah, because I think it's important that we have good black coaches.
I want to touch on that too.
If you don't have good black coaches who are coaching kids how to be men instead of how to be NFL or NBA basketball players, then they lose the whole perspective of what the purpose of coaching is. The purpose is to grow that youth into a citizen who is productive and not trying to make it to the end of the day.
I think there should be more than just a black coach. Like you said, you got politicians, having black police officers, having somebody in our community that you can look up to, period. There should be an aspect in every direction where you can look up to. Even if there's someone, as we had entrepreneurs, there's a black business owner you can really look up to more. And not just a business owner, but somebody that gives you the morals behind it and let you know that you also have to struggle and love this career you're going to. You have to struggle and love your wife. It's not going to be every day it just happens. When you have someone who's been married 15, 20 years, you almost want to hear them say, or I think like, it's going to be hard. There is a struggle to it. You don't just hear, every day I wake up, it's fine, I love her. And no, she get on my nerves. She get on my nerves and things happen. So, I'm going to go back to this.
I had nieces who were basically single had children in single parent homes, and they are struggling with a lot of, spouse they have spouses who are incarcerated, so on and so forth. So what I'm excited to see is that the younger men in my family, we reached out on Facebook and say, Facebook, we have a family meeting, and the young men in my family stepped up. And so even cousins can be role models for children who have gone astray. So we, in times like this, we have to rely on other family members, big brothers and big sisters. Those are really good programs. I know you have to be really careful about who you think with children. If they have nonprofit agencies where you can reach out and you can get help. I know some really good sustained police officers who would love to take it and groom them and help them to be productive members of society. The African American police officers just do not give the credit that they deserve. We have some powerful Cincinnati police officers. I've lived around the law all my life, and I really hear about the community in terms of some of the mental police-community relationships. They're looking at building those. I know Jeffrey Blackwell, he was a force in the community, and I hate to see him go. But we also have some other police officers and firefighters who would love to work with children in the community. So I think I'm going to get a pop.
So I guess it sounds like we need to start building relationships between the community and those police officers, those firefighters that has that positive, grooming that they can do with those kids. Because if you look at a lot of the things that we do, like the football, like the sports that we do with the kids, I guess we don't invite those firefighters around. We don't invite those police officers around so they may decide to mentor a certain kid that's, he may see a kid on the field, like he can play, but he out of control. And when the coach tell him to do something, he ain't doing it. I may have a gift of talking to this young man to calm him down and give him direct the energy the way he need to go. So I said it to say it sounds like we need to take our communities and connect them with the type of groups that we need to connect them to, and that will be a start of fixing the community.
But that's teachers also, because they had the situation with the teacher, cussed out the student or teacher, used to whoop kids. We can't do that no more. I'm not saying I want my kid whooped, but if my kid's out of line, then I can't do it. If you're teaching them in the right way, go ahead and handle it, because I know your best interest is at heart for my child. We have more, I guess, if I'm correct me if I'm wrong, may have more teachers that are there for a paycheck versus actually there to actually teach, and not just teaching, but also, growing them morally, and actually, tailor them to be the right person.
And with that being said, it really boils down to order. Us as a people, we have no order. Even growing, I know even the Muslim community is like, even Christians, they say first things first, like find you a man. And then after we become men, we become husbands. And after husbands, we become fathers. But a lot of us think we're men, never become husbands, but become a father. Like, so we are all out of order. Well, dad, I like fathers in the law.
I think there's a difference between a father and dad. I think like father to me is just that title. Father to me is just that title. You just had a baby. But I think a dad is the one you like that go take you play baseball and teach you. I think there's a difference. You got a mother who's just a mother, that's her title. But that mom is the one you wake up and call and she's there waiting on stuff. I think a lot of us are more fathers than we are. You know what I'm saying? Even when I go to my kids donuts for dad. There's probably out of the whole class of students that are there, there's probably like 10 dads there. You can't tell me there's no more dads. But the crazy thing about it is you have all the students on stage singing for 10 days. Like, I can't, as a child, you sound look like, where's my dad? And I think that mentally drains some of us, not having that, you know what I'm saying, that purpose. So a lot of us are more fathers than you are dads. And I think that needs to change with us. But like I said, you need somebody to look up to and groom you so you can know what that is. Just because I take my kid and go buy a new pair of Jordans and then I don't see them for a week, that throws me off. And I tell something about myself, I'm going through like a child support issue. I go to court, they tell me the minimum that they will give me to be a father is you get 2 days out of 2 weeks. So in 14 days, the minimum they give you in the court system is 2 days. I asked the judge, how do you raise a kid like that? I'm not raising my child, I'm visiting my child. That ain't but a visit. That's like I'm coming. And I think that goes back to the system, how they think it's supposed to be like. That should be right. You should get more than that, even if it is at the bottom of the custody thing. It should be more to just 2 days with your child within 2 weeks. You know what I'm saying? So. You look so inspirational. I go up there. Yeah, she looks so good. I might get to 2.3 seconds. This is fun.
I know that you all are kind of doing the term coach out, and that's good because you have a coach. But I have to give credit to the Little League football coaches in this area. The Little League football coaches do an outstanding job with the youth in our community. I mean, I just working with some of the cheerleaders too. So, and they tell them it's about discipline. It's about being able to follow the rules. And so, those are other avenues for people to go to the Little League football coaches and the basketball coaches. And they don't get the credit that they want. And actually, they try to stereotype them and stigmatize them, because they're African American men. But I mean, that's how society treats African American men. I want to give them credit too. So, if you have a child and your child's not out of order, you can get them involved in a sport, in an organized sport. And that'll basically teach them how to obey the rules throughout life. So, I want to give them credit.
Speaking to bring that up, one of the points that I wanted to make, how important sports is for a young, not just for a young man, young girls too as well, because it does teach you how to work together for a common goal. One of the other problems that I'm seeing is that, getting back to what you just said, a black coach loves young kids. And the reason why he loves it so much, and the kids know it, is because he's dedicating his time and he's taking the time to coach them up. A lot of times coaches want to go out
your elite teams called select, they don't have to coach because all of them are good. But you take a neighborhood of kids, you take them football players, and you coach them up. And maybe they only win 1 or 2 games. But at the end of the year, you say something positive for what they did. And see, that's that inner feeling. And you was talking about buying Jordan film. A lot of times we pacify our kids by buying stuff, but inside they're hurting. You know, because that father is not there. That father didn't see him score that touchdown. They can tell him on the phone or you can see a video, but that father wasn't there. You know, and that's what, I'll go back to this. A lot of times, when a young man has got his self-control, it's hard for him to get a job. There is no second chance. You know, everybody will say, well, you get a second chance. No, you don't as a black man, you don't. So now you're in the penal system and you come out and you call what's called a halfway house. You're either halfway getting out or halfway going back to prison. And that's the stigma that they have, is that as soon as I slip, I'm going right back to prison.
Yes.
So, touch on when it comes to people, what do you think the responsibility is to women to keep the black man there? I don't know how do you answer, because you're saying this stuff and you gotta look out for each other, man gotta do this together. But what about that woman who's not, you know what I'm saying, holding on to them when he's slipping, you know what I'm saying? It's easier to walk away from something else. So.
I think the female's role is to keep, the family together. And keep the family value, the family wisdom, all of those roots and all of those cultural foundations, keep them going. One thing that I can say on a personal level is that my son's father, his other baby mama, me and her are like this. Me and her are like this. That takes a village. Just because that man has multiple baby mamas out there and multiple kids, don't mean that you guys have to be divided. So you get together as a tribe. You all are connected. You know what I'm saying? So I think as a black woman, her job is to keep everybody together and grounded and balanced and keep that spiritual foundation going. The one thing that I can say is as far as what we and her, we keep our kids close. She keeps me motivated, I keep her motivated. And that's what I just think that's really strong foundation for black people.
I blame it on more. I blame it on more. Because all these women look at more and watch all this and think it's okay. I think we've been desensitized to it where we think it's okay to be that way. So I blame more poets. Get them down here. I said it.
Turn the TV off. There's no excuse for that. Turn the TV off.
We have friends that her boyfriend done messed up on her and cheated on her. That friend or boyfriend done cheated on her and messed up. So when she see your man slip up a little bit, just a little bit, he ain't nothing, he ain't this, he ain't that. Not understand, no, he just want to do a little bit different. Your guy just want that guy. So I think it's all right.
And who asks what is our role? What is the woman's role in
keeping the black man
in keeping a black man at home? I think that that is our charge for God to keep our families together. I was married, and I actually had a better relationship with my ex-husband had children. I had a better relationship with his children's mothers than I had with him, ironically, because I made sure, especially when there was his youngest daughter, when he found out that she was his, he was questioning the role. I said, I'll be less than a woman to know that you have a child out here and not make you take care of this child the way that you take care of your other one. So, we have a responsibility to ensure that, at least our male counterparts, even if they're not with the mother of their children, that they have an open line of communication, that they relate to them and they have an active role in their kids' lives, regardless of the situation. So, that's the beauty of a woman. A woman is compassionate enough to say, what, this is not about me. Especially, when you're married in an equal system where the man already has children, that they come as a package. And we have, the unique ability to just keep the family together.
Well, I know a big issue that's going on is the black women they had to take on the role to be that independent, whatever, strong black woman. And when they lost sight with their man or their male that they deal with is their femininity. They are busy doing all the masculine things that is missing from the household. So she forgets to be feminine with him, and that's what calms him. That's what soothes him. She forgets to be feminine to motivate his spirit and his soul. Because once that man gets frustrated and dormant, only thing gonna pick him up is the femininity. So when you argue with that man, we can argue and fight all day. That's what we do. We warriors. But a woman can't win that battle. But if she's in tune with her femininity, when he's raging, mad, irate, all she got to do is put him in. Baby, it's gonna be all right. I got you. Don't worry about it. That's what we do. We can't beat that. That femininity is stronger than us, our masculinity, because that's God's gift that He has given y'all. So y'all have to give that back. That's what keeps your household together. There's no more femininity in the household. Everybody's masculine.
My enemies in my job, but I also have to protect my husband. And so, that's a lot of weight that gets put on us. And so at the end of the day, when you go home and you look at all of those struggles, it's really difficult for us to do those things. But at the same time, you have to realize that your career is your career, but your home is your life. And so, with that being said, you have to just check yourself. You have to be able to find balance. But this system makes it really, really hard for that to happen.
You think it's hard for our system to find balance? Or you think, when I say hard, as a black culture, do you think it's harder for a black culture to find balance? Or versus any other culture? Because we don't have the representation on the stage, so I'm just asking, do you think that? You think it's designed? Okay. I know you want to say something prior about the black woman. You've been waiting patiently. Nah, go ahead. You're waiting a minute, you won't say it. You gonna do it, man.
Well, I definitely can say one thing, like just working as a mental health specialist, I deal with a lot of our babies, young girls and young men, but a lot of our young women, our young girls that have been raped and molested by men. So they already been conditioned not to trust a man that was designed to protect them. I was hurt by what was designed to protect me. How can I trust to love you or give you my all or to lay down? Because when a woman lay down, you are entering her world, her physical being. That sexual act is so spiritual, and it's the most powerful act.
It's not as spiritual. It's not as spiritual and powerful as it is. You know, it's actually just this, that, bam, boom, gotta go. But it really is something deeper than that. So
that's another thing as far as the men's side of what I was saying. The men have gotten away from being that security, that protector. And a lot of men, the masculinity, a lot of the men lose it, a scenario, the police come to the household. So that masculine man that was in the house, for whatever reason, once the police get there, now he turns into this, yes sir. And now she done seen him, he don't went soft. But for your woman, for that household, you don't go soft for nobody. No matter what the consequences is, and that helps her have that sense of security by any means necessary, regardless of the situation. You understand what I'm saying?
That goes back to the police also. When you said that somebody who's supposed to protect you, you've seen countless times break you down. You're not going to look at the police like, here come police, if anything happens, they're going to pop. No, I'm worried about the police because they may do something because I've not seen them protecting what was supposed to be there, no longer there. So I think that's more than just when you take it to the women, it comes to in our life as a black man, period. A lot of the things that were supposed to benefit us actually broke us down, so it stays that way. So, that's cool. Anybody else want to add? I know this is a deep conversation. You still look like you want to say something. You just ain't going to do it.
I appreciate the fact that you said something extremely powerful. You said that when a woman is with a man there's zero irreparable damage. But the challenge is you have to be mentally strong in order to overcome that and say, resist the urge to say everything is like this. But it takes a strong woman. It takes a strong woman. And then you also talked about, we touched on sex. Sex, if you have a sexual encounter with someone, years down the line, it's so powerful that years down the line, you can find yourself thinking about this person. And so that confirms how strong that connection is. And it's like, where the world did this come from? And so you have to be careful who you lay down with. Even a person, especially a person who's hurt you, to even, to think that this is somebody who you would give yourself to again after being hurt to in that way, it just shows the connection of power, the connection or how powerful the sexual connection is. So I appreciate the conversation today.
So my next question, another easy question for you.
No easy questions.
This is so fire, y'all. Oh my God, I got so many chills. With every person that spoke, I'm sorry I had to say that, but y'all are so on fire right now.
Thank you, appreciate that. I got another small question. How do we save our youth? How do we save the kids? I mean, what is it? Do you take it from the standpoint of just being having a celebrity that grabs you because that's where the attention is at? Is it the mentoring that starts at home? Is it we go to the community that brings out, well, what is it? You just do something. You know what I'm saying? That one thing that you can tweet that actually you see as a benefit to actually saving our youth, because there's so many different avenues to do it, but nobody's actually, you know what I'm saying? There's so many ways to do it. How many people are actually doing it? So I just want to know, everybody works with kids. What do you really see when you got that one kid that you did this one thing and it changed your life? And so what do we do to save our youth?
Well, with me, I teach power to, not power over. I empower. I teach my kids. I work with behavioral kids. I had the kids, when I sit down and talk to them, I'm like, oh, so you with me because you're out of control. So nobody can control you, right? They're like, right. I said, guess what? That is good. That is great. So they're looking at me like, what? It's okay to be out of control? What? Like, no, it's okay to be out of somebody else's control. But what about you being in control of you? I got to teach you how to be in control of you. So I empower. I teach. Nothing has more power over the body than the mind. You become the people you meet and the books you read.
Yes.
You are what you eat. We've been attacked on so many levels. So when I talk about I learn and I'm studying me and being aware of me, even our physical bodies, the food and chemicals we put in our bodies affect the brain and alter thinking. I had one of my babies was it was vaccination time, and the doctor asked, well, I guess it's time for vaccination. And I looked at her and said, no, I don't do vaccinations. And this again was the mother stepping back, letting me play my role. So she sat back, whatever he said. And she said, well, you may I ask, is there any reasons? I said, are you familiar with endotoxins? She didn't say anything else. She said yes. And what an endotoxin is, because I study, I got to know, I got to be the protector. My father was there, but he wasn't there how I needed to be. So I can't fault him for that. So what he didn't teach me taught me what not to do. So I can I knew what I wanted, I knew what I needed. So speaking with this doctor, I was able to break it down to the doctor and to people like endotoxins and vaccinations affect the brain. They affect the physical body, but it's all dealing with the brain. ADHD, obesity, autism, but we don't know. I told you because the endotoxins in is chemical based and actually has the ability to change DNA. We're talking about getting things injected into our bodies and our babies' bodies that has the ability to change DNA. And then when we eating meat and eating flesh, like eating blood, it got the ability to change DNA. Again, it's so beyond physical, but we get caught up in this physical reality when it's so much more than that. So again, going back to the question, I empower. I teach my kids that you are in control. I let them know that if you don't master your mind, you will become a slave of it. So you got to control your thinking. And so it's all about empowering. I'm not teaching you how to take orders. That's military. How to take orders without question and without thinking about the results.
That's our school system. We're talking in school. We sit in this like you're about to go to something. I'm going to jump off of that.
Let's go ahead. Piggyback on what you just said. The one thing that we don't teach and why we are losing our youth is because we don't teach reconciliation. We teach retaliation.
Yes.
We're willing to invest in a gun instead of investing in a book.
Yes.
You know, and until we're able to capture the kids while they're young, because it's easy to mold them, but it's hard to mold a young man which has already been broken. So until we show the love, I know the panel you had on before us talk about mentoring. Until we take the time, it can be black or white, it doesn't matter. Until we take the time to mentor our youth and tell them, you are living in darkness and you are headed to corruption. The black man, there was an article that was written, the black man in his crisis. And there's a crisis of fatherhood because the fathers are leaving. 70% of the homes now are single parents in the African American in the USA. So why is happening? You know, we talk about this, a young man like yourself here on this panel, until we decide that we're going to take the time to take a child. We do a program on my job, it's called Adopt a Class. And what we do is once a month, we go adopt one class. And we bring books, we bring goodies, but we bring something that's going to help them out in their lives. And what we do is, and when it's hard for a black man, I want to touch on this, it's hard for us to show love because then it creates a vulnerability.
It goes back to real quick, it goes back to what Taco said, make sure I'm on soft aspect. Because when we show love or compassion, it becomes, when we show love or compassion, it looks soft. It's hard for us, you know, we can't just come off and say, it's hard for me to say I love you, brother. So when you go to, you my nigga. Let's just be honest, we'd rather say that. But what you really saying is I love you because no matter what happened, you was there for me. But I can't tell you I love you. It made me look a little different way, so I have to keep that up. So even when you said I would go down to the kids and I help them back to school, you did what? In the back of my mind, I'm kind of like, I wish I could do that, but I can't really say that because it looks a different way. So I have to understand what you're saying.
And I appreciate the comments that you all made. And one thing I want to say is, you know, I think that before we embark on a relationship, we need to realize, especially if we are very broken, you need to know that two broken people are not going to work together. And in a lot of situations where, you know, there's a lot of stress in a relationship, I can commend a man for walking away and saying, you know, I'm not able to handle this right now because I can't give you what I think you deserve, as opposed to standing there and deal with the stress. A man or a woman who was able to say, you know, what it is difficult. I think that unfortunately society is broken, especially the black man, down to a point where he feels hopeless and helpless, and then unfortunately a lot of females, you know, who have not had that strong father figure in their life, they will just accept anything, and that kind of contributes, and that's not something that anyone touched on, that kind of contributes to, you know, just the dysfunctional households and, you know, all the baby mama drama, and like you all said, I mean, a lot of, like the negative images on TV, I don't even watch TV, especially reality TV, because that stuff is psychologically conditioned us to see ourselves as dysfunctional. And that's not what I'm going to claim for the African American community. And in spite of what I see, you know, in spite of what they're trying to make us believe, I still believe we have a strong family structure. I think that some families are not together, but I commend parents who try to work together to make sure that their kids, that their family is healthy, and their children are healthy, and that, you know, that the family's needs are met. My parents were separated, and they separated for financial reasons for 20 years. But my father always made sure that everyone knew that that's my wife, and he took care of us regardless. So whether he's in that household, whether he lived in that household physically, you know, this was in the project, you know, you're not allowed to have a man in the house where
For whatever reason,
for financial reasons.
For whatever reason.
For financial reasons, you're not allowed to. That's just systematically how it's set up. But my dad was, you know, I could walk those dogs every day, talk to him every day. And so, you know, that's how I want to see my families. And, you know, I'm proud that I'm from that era when families still count. And we just need to get back to that point.
And I think one of the other problems we have is our words, our terminology. Like we have a big problem with, as far as the relationship, as far as the man or the woman letting the other one know, I need you. We so quick to say, I don't need you, I'm good, I got this on my own. And it goes back into that I'm a strong, black, independent woman. Or the guy like, man, I don't need no bro, I can handle this on my own, but that's a problem. No, we do need each other. So that's the problem with those terminologies. And the terminology when we say, I'm just worried about me and my kids, me and my family straight. I can't worry about nobody else's. No, we do need to worry about everybody else's. You know, it may be that kid next door that just may need you, so don't be, I'm just worried about my house. No, I'm worried about somebody in somebody else's house too, and I think that's how we get back to working with each other, to helping each other. So that's what's missing. So if we change a lot of our words that we use and say, then, you know, we can make progress.
I think a lot of it is confidence too. We don't put confidence in our kids. I think that's missing. We always tell them that they're not making the right decision because we don't believe it's the right decision. When your kid, I used to work in retail, or I still do, but I used to have a store, had a lot of famous shoes, you know, Nike, Jordans, all that type of stuff. Kids come in and parents say, what you want? They look at a Nike and say, I want that. Parents say, that's stupid, don't get that, get this one. All you just did was talk to their child with their decisions don't mean nothing. So from here on out, when they get older, when they look up now, when they come out there, I really want to do that, but everybody else doing that. So I'm going to become a follower versus teaching our kids, no, own what you want. I don't care what nobody say, own what you want, and if that's what you like, I don't care if you look like bamboo, whoever. You understand who you are, and guess what? You're going to be more confident with kids who just follow their right, because in reality, they want to go play football, but everybody else playing basketball just because they follow it. So I think that's a good point.
I just think we just need to take through experience. We just need to live through lessons more often. You know what I'm saying? Take, you know, and then be more involved. We rely so much on the education system that we're not putting our stuff back into the kids ourselves. You need to develop a plan for your kids yourself. Don't just, you know, rely on the teachers or the school system. You have to have a master plan for your own family. You know what I'm saying? If your foundation is teaching your kids culture and history, you need to instill that, because the school system is only going to break down what they want your kids to do.
Like you said, history. They only break down American history. So as a black man, when your kid, when my son come and said, Daddy, I'm starting to learn history, so where did you learn where we came from? We started with slaves. What? So I have to teach my kids before even going into their program, no, you came from queens and kings and you are still that. So they have to know that beforehand, because when they come straight to school and they hear we slaves, and they hear that all day, and I see, like you said, parents may not have enough time to teach you otherwise. Now the kids thinking, mentally, I'm a slave. Then every year we got homicide, we got 30 years of slave. We got all these groups that keep getting it in subliminally. Yeah, no, this is where you come from. Because I still ain't seen the orders of the other people. I'm just saying, I ain't seen that in the theater, in the Caucasus Mountains. But anyway, we gonna keep going the other way, you know what I'm saying?
But also when you want to teach these kids and tell these kids that they come from kings and queens and this and the third, you also need to run your household accordingly too. That household need to be ran like by a king and a queen. And that's what the kids can also see on a daily basis. So you can't just beat it to them, you know, you gotta lead by example. So you gotta become that.
I want to say one thing this sister said is so important, is that it takes a village to raise the kids up. The one thing that we don't do, we don't share our kids with our neighbors. For example, when I was raised up, if I got in trouble walking down the street, you can bet Miss Emma Joe was going to call my mom and say he was in the street playing. What has happened now is we go inside our homes and close the door, and we don't want to worry about what's happening inside, instead of watching our kids as they walk home, as they get off the buses. One of the other parts I want to touch on, I know you have brothers in the barber shops, is how we talk in the barber shops when the kids come in. You know, do we say, hey, brothers, you know, the older man, cuss him down a little bit, you got some young blood in here. Because if they hear that and everybody's laughing because of the joke, they think it's
people that they're looking up to it.
Exactly. And that's the one thing I looked up to when I was growing up. The barber. You know, because he always carried himself in such a way, I respected him because his hair was always cut. He always said, thank you. He always showed manners. He always had a nice car. And he had his own job. And so I said, I'm going to be like him.
But you know, to reverse it. That's why the dope boys become the rock stars and all that. Because they always got the nice car, they always got the hair done, they keep a nice woman with them. So it changes also. So it's more than having, you know what I'm saying, like you said, that input, you have to have that everywhere. That influence has to, you have to see that.
I talk to the brothers on the street, and one of the things that they say, I'm constantly looking over my shoulder.
But the younger kids that hear you they don't know they constantly, but they can't talk.
What you have to do, you have to fight to change your child's or children's environment. You have to fight to change their popularity culture. I mean, that's what I'm saying. You got to be picky on what schools they go to and what goes on, what's popular in them schools, what's popular in the neighborhoods, what's popular at the recreation centers that they go to, what's popular in the barbershop. So every area that these kids go to, you got to make sure it's in the direction that you want your kids to grow. So you have a job with a job.
I want to go back to response to something you said. In your household, in Vernon, in the previous segment said this, the household is the first form of government. And you talked about kings and queens. If you want your child to project themselves as a king or a queen, you basically have to role model those behaviors and tell them you're not a slave. You are a king. You're a child of a king, and so you're going to be a king. And so, again, that means that we have to, do whatever we can do to protect them from these negative images. We know the school system psychologically conditions us to be employees as opposed to employers. Just thinking back, going back to the previous segment where, you had entrepreneurs. The challenge is to, if you don't feel like you have what you need in that household, reach out to some of these business owners and say, I really need help. But the key is, a lot of times, especially, unfortunately, African Americans, we have been taught to be humiliated, like if you're, to be so embarrassed that we don't even reach out for help. That is a huge problem.
We're afraid to ask for help.
We are afraid to ask for help.
It's so tough that we're afraid to ask for help.
Yes. And sometimes we have to be broken down to a point where we have to go outside of home. I am a huge proponent and an advocate for therapy. I have 3 therapists on speed dial if I need to talk to somebody because, it's given like the extreme circumstances I've been through, and I know that my family, a lot of times the family is not even equipped to help you. So you have to reach outside of your household. But we have to use our resources. Other cultures, they don't mind going to therapy. They don't mind, sharing. And that's why they grow. They know that you don't grow in isolation. You grow in community. So we have a community. We have to learn to just rely on each other a whole lot more.
And
I think a lot of us, we all think we perfect parents. And none of us is perfect parents. So don't be afraid to go get some parents counseling. Or go talk to that. If I know a dad, I see he's a great daddy, great at this, that, and the third, then maybe let me just go talk to him, maybe on this subject and figure out how do you do this? What makes you, good at that or whatever it may be? And perfect those negative areas that you feel something is lacking. Just perfect it. And don't be afraid to go ask or just be involved with it.
Okay, so how do you deal with the black man on a psychological level with somebody incarcerated? Him being reintroduced back into society after things, when he gets home, things have changed, have a 360 turnover with technology and the industrial job. How does that play a part? Like, how do you psychologically, how do you deal with that man being broken? How do you reintroduce him back into society?
Let me say this. So if you got a man, he just did 10 years in penitentiary and he come home. Understand one thing, he's been disconnected for 10 years. So how long do you think it's going to take him for him to get back connected? So that's going to take patience. So for one, he has to understand he has to sit still and patiently get back into the groove instead of trying to jump out there and you don't know all the ropes. And it also takes that wife to be patient in his progress. So most of it just, you have to be patient.
It's interesting that you say that because I was just reading an article on post-traumatic stress as a result of incarceration. We are all we've all been subjected to post-traumatic stress. As loved ones who have incarcerated family members, and so I can only imagine, I've never been in prison, but I can only imagine how it feels, especially for individuals who go into prison and for a period of time so I think that, when I ran for the U.S. Senate, and I was appointed to a committee for formerly incarcerated people and family members movement. And, I met individuals who President Obama granted clemency for who had life sentences. But some of these individuals, two of the individuals spent 47 years in prison. So, in terms of the trauma that they were subjected to, it's I can't imagine. But just imagine yourself being depressed for a week and just, staying in the house. That does not compare to, just being incarcerated, being in solitary confinement.
Kids growing up, you come back with kids home now, so.
Yeah, and so when we think about, there's a push for community reentry, and normally in the prison system, in Ohio, I know there's like a couple months before you get out, they prepare you to reenter society. No, Deanna Hoskins, she is the director, she's with the Department of Justice now, she was the director for community reentry for Hamilton County, and she is a teacher for starting reentry before the day that they are actually put into the prison system. And she's also a proponent for alternative sentences so that you don't go to jail. But there's so much trauma associated with having loved ones in the prison system. And so I can only imagine someone who's spent 10 years. I would say that it would take probably 20 years to reverse the effects of a 10-year sentence, double the time.
Well, let's see that you mentioned the post-traumatic stress, but there's a lady by the name of Dr. Joy. She been doing the components on post-traumatic slave syndrome. And so we're talking about 10 years of people just being in prison. What about us as a people and our ancestors that's been in slavery for generation after generation after generation, then to get an announcement to say we're free, and then we have no therapy. We didn't have any therapy after slavery. Have you been seeing your family being murdered and whipped and beat and your mother raped and you as a man, your wife being taken off the field so the master can have sex with her and you try to protect her, you're gonna die. So for us to sit back and not think that we're not affected by that today. So we're talking about the village and the community, which is the village, but now we see that the village is ill and nobody's acting their age. So it's sick, hurt people. Like how can I help you when I don't know how to help myself, when I was never given those tools to do so?
I think in a sense, I don't want to call it in denial, but we don't want to face it because it hurts too much. That hurts too much to understand how much we really done been through, how much our people, to really, we were talking about roots before, and just talking about, do you really want to learn about it and sit through it and understand the difference of what it came about, or do you understand the trials and tribulations that they went through? Different people have different perspectives of what they get from it. So I think as a community, a whole, that changes things too. Just understanding what you get from knowing that your people been through this for that many years. And like I said, we don't get something. Haven't got any therapy. So that grandfather who done seen the tail end of it, how he raised his son, and then his son still got raised by the same way. That tail end still is there. Nobody really got, because I remember going to counsel for that, but I know I was raised by some men who would have been raised by some men who've been raised by some men. So it goes from there.
Well, it's getting time to wrap the show up, so they come. So before we get out of here, give them the opportunity, state your name. If people contact you, maybe you decide if somebody do a mentorship, if we want to actually be a part of it, we can reach everybody. They help the community, because that's what it is going to help us. That's what they're going to fix is us helping.
I want to say this first of all, that I enjoyed this panel. Y'all opened my eyes to some things, and that's what we need to do. We need to share our thoughts and let someone else see. That's the only way that our community is going to start to grow. But I want to say this. As far as the penal system is set up for a black man to fail, and it's hard for him to get a job, because I'm in that corporate world, and the first thing I look at, does he have a record? All right, that's strike one against him. So how does that black man get a job, first of all? And how does he succeed? To answer the sister's question, until we come to the point of realizing that we have to provide opportunities in the black neighborhoods for these men to come out and get jobs so they can make a living. That's all right.
Also, we have to create jobs because they're not going to give us jobs. So that goes back to using your gifts and talents and turn that into a job, into a career, into employment. That's the only other thing for family coming out. Trades.
Yes. All right, and so this is my opportunity to do a political plug. Okay, as I indicated before, I'm a social justice and civil rights activist, and I'm also running for Cincinnati City Council. And one of my goals is to be that voice for the vulnerable communities, individuals who are returning home from the prison system and who cannot get these opportunities to offer individuals with felony convictions jobs. I'm also a co-owner of You Always Count Ministries, and that's a transitional living. We're working on transitional housing, and it's also an opportunity, an agency that's geared towards helping domestic violence survivors, individuals who are returning home from the prison system, and individuals who are addicted to not only heroin. There's a push for heroin treatment, but also there's also a push for, we also advocate for crack addiction, other substance abuse addiction, prescription drugs, all of that. So that is who I am. I want to call myself the voice of the vulnerable communities, poor and especially Black communities who have not gotten the opportunity. So Kelly, right there, you can find me on Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. My hashtag on Facebook, or my handle on Facebook or on Twitter is Kelly for Cinci, and my website is kellyforthepeople.com. And my office number is 513-800-0746, and hopefully I will have your support for City Council.
All right, I'm Will Andrews again. I'm mental health specialist. I teach. I'm all into spirituality. Teach a lot about connecting with our ancestors and studying our culture, healing, and giving power back to our people. You can hit me up on Facebook as William Andrews. Real simple. I guess you can call phone number 513-306-0590. Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, it was good.
My name is Bianca Wagner. I guess I'm glad to have used this platform with these lovely people up here to try to push the youth and also try to encourage and empower the Black man. I think that's our way to overcome this struggle that we have, is to uplift the Black man, because uplift them from the feminism and push them back into society. So that's where my place is right now. I can be reached at Bianca Wagner on Facebook and Queen D513 on Instagram.
She make natural soaps too, and oils, and
I'm not gonna push my products, my black soap, my shea butter, and to be looking forward to other more ventures and more products.
Don't forget the garden.
Yes, don't forget the
garden. I definitely want to thank everybody for coming out. We definitely appreciate y'all. This is a great conversation. Hope everybody out there in the world enjoyed it. We'll definitely take more. So if you guys want to take a time, take a seat, enjoy some of this good food. One more time, shout out to Oh yeah, we ain't finished yet. I gotta sing again. Y'all basically sing our first.
Yes, we were.
Alright, so I guess we want to close this show out. Thank y'all for joining us. Me and Talk Live, Privlg. I think we did it right. I think everything came out good. I think a lot of information got done. A lot of people like it. Best thing I think the big thing is just making sure our community is on. I think that's good. So we will be doing this again. Hopefully you have a lot of Privlg, another beautiful spot. I definitely like the pillar this, which is a good place. Make sure y'all check this out.
Next week's show.
Next week's show, what we doing? You gotta double check out next week.
He said versus she said.
He said versus she said. That is gonna be a show. Yeah, that's gonna be a show. Yeah, big potato show. You know what I'm saying? Talking about oohs and ahs to make it feel good. You know what I'm saying? So So once again, thank y'all for tuning in. Definitely see y'all again soon. We'll be doing, shout out to who did we get all the donations. We did all the donations. Everything turned out like
Yeah, Mr. Rodney, Coach Rodney, what's that, the 3rd Presbyterian Church up there in Westwood, Western Hills. He does great work with the community. So, I'll be up there and we'll get to see what's going on up there, so stay tuned for that. And that's pretty much it.
Once again, I want to say thank y'all for tuning in. We will see y'all next week. Don't forget, we got a couple of mentoring things also. We didn't shout that during the show. Yeah, we got a mentorship coming up where we're actually going to take this week and we're actually going to go mentor things. And just have an icebreaker. We're doing that in partner with this team and this turn also. Definitely check that out. So from here on out, we just want to say,
don't get tricked, nigga!
All right, brother.
Niggas get tricked.